So I stopped believing in heroes and heroines, not because I grew out of them, but because I realized that they were flawed. They were errant, misleading, deceptively reliable. They were human. And underneath their masks and capes hid all the things I believed that they were insulated from, an armor built to withstand and to keep the messy from getting out. I stopped believing in heroes and heroines when I realized that I should be celebrated, be pinned into legend, lights, camera, action, and imitation. For each day, this world has tried to kill some piece of me and failed. So I played songs on the contours of my memory to sing myself joyful in octaves outside my range, held my own hand when there was no one there to usher me out of hours of despair, to tell me I can make it, to show me how to break and remake, to break and remake, to break and live broken. Radical reinvention is an act of preservation that wills purpose back into living. We have come too far to go back now. The he, she, here, they in us has come too far to go back now. We stitched ourselves back whole, back together, holistically. Placed our efficacy in effect in jostling winds and tug of wars between poles of self-esteem. We reached for the high bar and pulled ourselves up. We are strong when we have to be. Each day, insecurities have tried to kill some piece of me and failed. I was a lucky one, covered by the shade of mango trees that bore arrows meant for me, spared and held up on backbones, turned bridges carrying hope in metric tons. This heroic living is for them, to bear their story and live mine, poured out fountains for youth and morning dew for those in thirst. I owe them for trusting my worth. I owe myself my liberty attained at birth. Each day, this world has tried to kill some piece of me and failed. Each day, shame has tried to kill some piece of me and failed. Each day, doubt has tried to kill some piece of me and failed. If I am free, it's only because I'm not depending on someone else to save me. I wrote that piece after reading Lucille Clifton's work called Won't You Celebrate With Me? In it, she talks about the resilience of a mighty people. Resilience as the capacity to recover quickly, as a way of being and responding to the world. The ability to spring up or bounce back in the face of intense adversity or obstacles. A perseverance, a stamina, a grit, as some scholars might call it, inherently a necessary and a valuable component of our efficacy. The problem with resilience is in the power it also has to absolve outsiders of responsibility. There are those of us who bear the brunt of systematic and social oppression and are asked to be resilient in ways I would argue that they should not have to be. These individuals are the educators and sometimes sole voice for some aspect of their identity. They're the ones who are asked to be patient until injustice runs its course and finds a sensible conclusion, one that aligns with the comfort of conductors of privilege. They're the ones that we think least about, either because we aren't looking hard enough or have not determined that their story and life experiences could be different from my own. We must do better. We can do better by submitting ourselves to two principles. The first of those is that the genesis of social justice work must first begin in us. We must own the fact that individuals are having a different and a possibly difficult experience, and I play some role in it. This is a call to reconsider what that role could be. How does my current way of making sense of the world oppress, deepen the divide, or widen the disconnect, perpetuating injustice? Secondly, we must listen. We have an incessant disposition to listen to respond versus listening to understand. When we listen to respond, we have already built our defense mechanisms and prepared our intellectual rationale for the way that things are in this world. When we have the opportunity to hear the experiences of peoples who are pushed to the margins of society, our first and only responsibility is to believe them. Peoples in the LGBTQ community, peoples in black and brown bodies, peoples affected by the prison industrial complex, peoples who are differently able. We must believe them. There is healing in their stories. I want to leave you with a piece that I wrote as I attempted to capture the voices and experiences of parents and guardians raising black and brown children in our nation today. I would invite you to listen to the fear, the angst, warning in their voice as they consider what their children might have to face simply as a result of their social identities. We are born on the defensive. The commandments of twice as hard to be just as good. There is something about the blistering chill of oppression that will make your heart beat faster. Like the exhale from helium balloons make your lungs work harder. Should I ever have a son or daughter, I pray their heart is irregular. The crescent snare at the front of marches. The quickened whistle of tea kettles bubbling over. I will speak to their mother's womb, the place where their power comes from, and tell them to protect the place where their power comes from. I will tell them I'm angry. Not with them, but with the pacifism that blankets the world they call home, a blended wool that will leave you motionless and numb of comfort, so grand you feel nothing at all when I lay them in bed. Ignorance will not be the sheets I tuck them into, nor the pillow they rest their head on. They will never be able to shout when danger is coming. I will read to them all the things their schools won't, with hopes that Baldwin, Morrison, and Lord will be their safe house. When they have run out of reasons to stop trusting what they are teaching, they will know that this complexion will threaten. And with my hands trembling, they will sense I can't protect them. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, but do not give them a reason to make an attempt. I will instruct them in the lightening and darkening of their voice. Although it won't save them, they will at least be able to go through the front door. They will know that some locks still require codes. No matter how many keys they give you, do not mourn this lack of power. Even when you feel defeated, hold as much confidence on your tongue as will fit in line the walls of your mouth with glory. Glory, hallelujah. It's your fortress for solitude. Color blindness doesn't mean they can't see you. It means they choose not to. You are not invisible. Resist the reduction of your radiance, my son, my daughter. The sun has never apologized for its cadence, and the moonlight will never face penalty for its waves. Some folks feel trapped in bodies. Others feel trapped in boxes. Both are coffins. Each time you open your mouth, you make a way of escape, because it ain't freedom until your soul don't doubt it. You will always be too much or too little, and never enough of both, none of which are your problem. Cherish the boisterous anger this gives rise to, and raise your allegiance with it. Be exceptional. But you are not the exception. Should the police ever pull you over, use your Sunday school manners and your inside voice. Yell only when you have crossed back over the tracks. You are your brother's keeper, but do not forget about your sisters. They are the pulse of every living and godly thing. Do not pretend convenient beliefs, though they are the easiest to make sense of. You will never be able to hear the city crying, the rumblings of hungry children in the nation who forgot to feed them. Closing your eyes won't make this pain go away. It will only sustain you until morning. When they have made an error, I will forgive. I will love, and then I will discipline. But because of who they are, this world will deal with them harshly and not in that order. Make all the mistakes you can before bedtime so that I know what to ask God for when they should talk back. Swelled up in disappointment for the poor decisions I am sure to make, I will bow to them. For they have commenced an audacious hope that will speak back to what is reprehensible. Authority is not invincible. Tell them how you feel. They will not go without knowing that racism is real. In the company of sexism and patriarchy, cousins that make the very angels weep. Do not deny the truth of their existence, lest your children have to pay for your mistake and when they come home, battered from a world that has not decided whether or not they want them. Drop their bag on the floor, look at me and say, Daddy, I did what you told me to do. I will hug them without saying a word and prepare them to face this life again tomorrow. We must do better. We can do better by listening to their voices, believing their stories, and owning the roles we play in perpetuating injustice.